What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all those beginner investors and traders out there. Y'all already know who it is. If you don't, it's Kavai Ray Valentine, and you tuned in to the block market. This is Hood Money Investing. I wanted to show y'all what's taking place in the portfolio, not because we're up 11%, because I want to give, or acknowledge a YouTuber that is definitely on his game, and that is a Cavell Anderson. I happened to come across one of his videos today, and that was the reason why, I wanted to do this video and then show y'all what's taking place as far as it looks like a slight correction in the market. Looks like things are starting to move. We could be getting a correction, but this could be, you know, some tomfoolery just to get people back in to sink the market even lower, because the market has been going down for about 2 months at this moment, at this point. Like I said, I'm a beginner still. I'm learning as much as possible. I deal with more psychology and patterns and common sense, even though I'm trying to learn as much as possible about the charts, the graphs, the data, RSI, VWAP, and all this other stuff, but with my common sense and abilities that I do have to pay attention, it's easy to see a lot of the things that's taking place. That's the reason why, if you go back to one of the last videos I was talking about, I'm all in at this point, because based on the patterns and the, just about 4 years that I've been in the market and about almost a year swing trading, I can notice these patterns that seem to replay themselves, with the market in certain times, certain seasons, So I feel like around the third quarter, the market's going to bounce back. I mean, it not fully, but I think we could see a recovery. But let me get to this video about Cavell Anderson and why I'm doing it, because it's just odd, and it is like a little weird, like in a good way, because I was just talking about Chris Sain, and this is not no disrespect towards Chris Sain. I'm not throwing any shots at Chris Sain. But based on my understanding, like I said, I pay attention to patterns, psychology, and I got common sense, which if you got a little bit of that, you'll be good if you can pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Everything isn't rocket science, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to show people my portfolio and try to get people involved, that were beginners and to invest in, because with the language that they use in the stock market, on Wall Street, and in trading, in business and investing, it will scare people away because you don't understand the language, when the truth of the matter is, once you learn how to, perform certain tasks, the language is nothing. You will see that the language is just used for certain technical purposes or analysis or whatever the case is. So, okay, let's get to Cavell Anderson. I happened to see a video flash because I was going over some information on YouTube, and I see this video saying Chris Sain exposed, right? And I started laughing because, and I watched this video because it's funny. I was just saying to my lady like 3 days ago, because Chris Sain's video popped up on YouTube, and I was like, man, this brother, what I mean? I respect what he doing, because he helping people, but his plays do not be hitting like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he'll like spend a lot of time talking about, he might give you 5 or 6 plays, one of them a hit, and he'll stay on that one that hit, but he will never discuss the ones that never bounced back and the ones that lost people money. And as far as the stop loss that Cavell Anderson is talking about, he makes perfect sense, and that is the truth. You could never be wrong when you telling people to put a stop loss and you are not being specific about what the play when the play is going to move, why it's going to move, what news or information that you've obtained to have that, understanding or opinion, and I just I laughed my ass off when I seen this video. It's like I said, shout out to Cavell Anderson, because it was this brother is pointing it out. And like I said, this is not a shot at Chris Sain, because, we need more brothers out there trying to educate people, and we need more sisters out there trying to educate people, our people about finances, but that's one of the reasons why I tell you guys I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. And you've probably heard me talking about GameStop longer than some of these people that just popped up out of nowhere that's talking about GameStop now, and they're talking about technicals and data and analytics and all this stuff, and they're trying to make you understand or make you feel like you don't understand by using certain language and talking about their degree or their accolades as far as their understanding in data or technicals or whatever. And people aren't realizing that some of these people are just saying the same thing every single day. And with me being a beginner with common sense and understanding psychology, because I started to go to school for it, it's clear to me that these people are using people's excitement and people's fear and people's emotions to keep them tied into these plays. That's one of the reasons why I stopped doing videos about GameStop, because once it became too technical and I could not explain that to you guys in a form that would be easy without talking about all the technicals, I just completely jumped out the ring. I was telling my lady that GameStop became Thanos. Like, I'm just an Avenger. You know what I'm saying? We got to call Captain Marvel and shit like that when it comes to GameStop. So, not to get off the topic, man, or nothing like that, but, I'm fully okay with, learning. I would love to learn and continue to learn. And if I'm wrong, that means I'm learning, but watching Chris Sain, he talks like he's and there's nothing wrong with it. But when Cavell Anderson said that, I did laugh, like, he do kind of talk like he's like the golden child of stock picks. But he never discusses the ones that don't, end up doubling or bouncing back. And, he just kind of stays off of it. And it's just amazing. But, like I said, it's not a shot, man. I just wanted to, put that out there. And right now, the portfolio is looking good, only because it looks like a few things are correcting. Like I said, I wish I would have jumped on Mavis, man, Microvision. I was saying that I was like about to goddamn sound out the damn ticker symbol. Man, it jumped up crazy, man. Like, check this out, man. And where's that? Look at this, man. Look at this, man. It's over 50%. Like, I'm smacking myself. Oh, my goodness. That's that right there. Whoever jumped in that Microvision play, I know they going out to dinner this weekend. You know what I mean? They ice cream scooped that thing, Haagen-Dazs. It looked like we getting a little correction. I mean, it looks like, crypto might be coming back. But then like I said, everything right now is a mind game. I mean, I'm not going with technicals. I'm not going with data, because they can change all that. They can manipulate the news. They can manipulate the data. They can manipulate the stock market. So I'm not going with any of that. I'm going with psychology. I'm going with common sense, and I just believe that it's an opportunity for them to squeeze as many people out as possible so that they can buy back whatever, people jump out of it. Like Bitcoin, for example. I think Bitcoin is dropping because my aunt, she made I thought about this as far as with stocks as well, but I was talking to my aunt about this because she holds Bitcoin. And, we talked about how valuable it is because it's not a large supply of Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? What is it? Only 20 million or something like that, I believe. If I'm wrong, please check it, look it up. Remember, you gotta do your own due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an investing guru. You gotta make sure that you hit the block and do your own homework. You know what I'm saying? Gotta hit the stock market and do a little bit of your own research. But I think it's only 20 million Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken. And with it being like that, these people, these financial institutions that did not, believe in Bitcoin 10 years ago or whatever the case is, 13 years ago. And a lot of the people that, are retail investors and the regular, everyday Joe, ended up buying up a bunch of the Bitcoin. It's regular people that own hundreds or thousands of coins, of Bitcoin. And, now that these establishments and these banks and these people know how valuable Bitcoin is, they're going to try to do whatever they can to tank Bitcoin, to get people to try to jump out as fast as possible so they don't lose those hundreds of thousands or millions or whatever the case is. And when those Bitcoin happen to jump back on the market, they'll just buy them up because they know how valuable Bitcoin is going to be, because some believe that it's the digital gold. Now a lot of us that are invested in the XRP as well, we understand some of the benefits that are a lot better than Bitcoin. And a lot of us do think that XRP is going to be the winner in the end. But, that's just based on what's going on. And I mean, right now, the SEC is falling apart as far as the dirt that they keep trying to hide and sweep under the rug. But all this is just falling apart, especially with the Ripple lawsuit and everything. So it's just I believe that all this is just being done to scare people out of this crypto market, this stock market, so that they can buy up everything, because they understand how valuable that this digital space that we coming into is going to be. If we have physical gold, the digital space is going to be just as valuable as, the physical world, because that's where we're going. Everything is digital, especially with the quantum upgrades and all that. Everything is just going to be you'll be able to create an avatar and put it in the digital world, and your avatar will probably be able to make more money than you in the real world. You know what I'm saying? This is where we going. That's the reason why NFTs are so valuable at this moment, because they can predict or see, because of the funneling that they're doing through the financial system, through the economy, through the way that they're setting up everything, that we're going to be going to crypto. So you see that they're trying to use crypto for gaming and, sporting events and stuff like that. Mark Cuban, he's talking about Dogecoin. You got Elon Musk talking about Dogecoin. You know what I'm saying? You got the guy Mike such and such, I forget his name. He's like one of the main, spokesmen for fucking Bitcoin. So it's like I said, I'm a beginner, man, but I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not a fool. I don't need to know every bit of the terminology and the technicals to understand what's going on. And then I'm a nerd to some degree. So, it doesn't take, that language I'm not lost when these people talk. I understand them fairly well. So, that's all I wanted to talk about, right now, and I want to give a shout out to my Aunt Nina, because she's a Bitcoin holder. And we really do feel like, it's going to bounce back. It's just scaring a lot of people out so that they can obtain more of that digital gold. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna have to ice cream scoop as much as y'all can. And don't be afraid, man. Even if the stock market, crashes, it's going to retrace. It's going to bounce back, and because it'll be like shit, Mad Max out here, you know what I'm saying, or something crazy if they decide to tank the stock market. People will be out here with like it's shit, Night of the Living Dead, like they Egan, or what's my man name, with the bat with the spikes in that joint, we'll be out here on some dumb shit. So I just don't think these politicians and these establishments are that dumb. I mean, they have shown that, but I'm saying I don't think they that dumb. You know what I mean? It's still a lot of money that they want to make. It's still a lot of control that they see their self having. So I just can't see that that's what they're going to do at the moment. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. Remember, you got to do your own due diligence. You got to do your own homework. And, I'm not saying I've been doing this so long that I know everything. I just look at patterns, and like I said, I deal with psychology, and then I know about how it feels to be a new investor. From the time that GameStop blew up in January and AMC and all those other so-called meme stocks that they called them started pumping, it's been millions of investors, young investors, and other older investors that's jumped in from January till now. We talking millions. So that's millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, could be even billions of dollars that was inserted into the stock market. And these are ways that they shake people out to get their bonuses and this, that, and the third. So, I understand. I was a beginner. I got scared out of plays in the beginning. I was emotional. I had to learn how to, start tracking plays. I had to learn how to start putting plays in my watch list, watching them every day, looking at the patterns, trying to understand and see what stock moves with another stock. And I just started figuring out little bits and pieces of certain things, and it's been working for me so far. And I haven't been swing trading over a year at this point, and I've made a substantial amount of money. I don't like to try to put out how much I've made in the last 6 months, but it's been a substantial amount. And I'm just a beginner. Like I said, yes, I've been investing for about 4 years, but I was just investing in companies that I knew that would be good, blue chip stocks, and, a couple SPACs here and there, but that was pretty much it. So I didn't really I didn't never dig deep and try to understand that I could capitalize as much as I did in the last 8 months off of swing trading and reading into, what could be changing about a company, what news could be coming out, what merger could be taking place, what deal could be taking place, what company is not going, probably make it based on their debt or whatever the case was. And I started GameStop taught me a lot how to look at a company, and that's what I credit the little bit of knowledge that I did obtain. I credit it to GameStop and how I just, constantly stayed on what I believed would happen based on the console cycles, based on the pandemic, me being in GameStop, around 2020, I bought, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I bought I bought the Predator Hunting Grounds. I bought Call of Duty. I bought a bunch of games. I can't remember all the games, but most of the newer games that was coming out, I was buying them. And every time I went to GameStop, there were people in GameStop. And then I know about, Golden Nugget and Skills and Immersion and Doya International. And I know about India and how their gaming is starting to pick up in China. And I know a little bit about gaming because I'm a gamer a little bit. I have a Twitch, I know how popular Twitch is becoming, and that will be overshadowed by an Indian gaming market or a Chinese market. You see what I'm saying? So I know a little bit, just a little, and I just knew what would happen. And then when Ryan Cohen stepped in the building, I just knew it was over at that point. I knew GameStop at some point could be over $100 stock. Now we're looking at GameStop in a range of, now I know people are thinking about the squeeze. I know people thinking about it could go to 100K a share, and that is possible based on all the shorting that they've been doing. But I don't think that they will let it go that high. I don't think I had 300 shares of GameStop at one point. I only have 95 right now. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think they will let the average Joes that have hundreds or thousands of shares of GameStop, benefit from that. Why do you think that they're trying to mess with the tax the taxes now, talking about over 50%, you know, and shit like that. That's the reasons why that they're trying to find a certain limit to tax us so that they can end up taking some of that money back that retail investors end up accumulating because of their due diligence and because of their intelligence and learning, you know, the things that were doing, that these hedge funds and these establishments were doing that were illegal, that aren't illegal, but they're definitely dirty tactics and dirty tricks and immoral. You see what I'm saying? So these people found these things, and you know they helped the GameStop blow. And you know, I think with the taxes and everything, they're trying to figure out a way to take most of that money back. I was even reading where it looked like they're trying to make the stock market like it's a goddamn retirement fund or something. So they're trying to figure out different ways to stop people from using that money. So, you know, because money is access, money is power, money changes people, it persuades people. It's a lot that, you know, people just look at it buying material things. It's like, no, man, you can gain access with money. And even with holding shares of companies, you can, you know, have a say in some of the things that these companies do when you hold a particular amount of the stock. That why you think Ryan Cohen's so powerful in GameStop now. You know what I mean? He's about to be like the CEO or something. I think he is, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read up on news since last week, so I have to get on that. But the things that he's doing with the company, GameStop will easily be over, you know, $1,000 in years to come. You know, it's the only brick and mortar gaming store. I mean, they've almost erased their debt. I mean, it's just ridiculous where GameStop is going. And the team that he's building, they're all professionals and they're all great at what they do. So, you know, GameStop is definitely a stock to hold, you know, and if they start giving their shareholders, their investors dividends, their retail holders, dividends, oh my God. Shoo, it'd be lovely. But, you know, I'm going to get out of here. I ain't mean to talk that long. I was just like laughing at Cavell Anderson's video, and he made me think about Chris Sain. Chris Sain, start breaking these plays down, man. Stop trying to make people pay to get in the forum or come to a whole nother page, and they don't even know if you're going to give out the full information. You know what I'm saying? Because my man is right. Cavell Anderson is right, man. You know, you can't, it's easy to just call out a play and not really give any real information for what's going to happen, why you picking that play, you know, what makes you think it's going to do this and that, not just because it dropped and now all of a sudden you know it's going to go back up. Like you've seen it drop enough or drop enough times to say it's going to go back up, and that's the only basis that you're going off. If that's what he's doing, that's ridiculous, and that's not helping anybody. You know, that's one of the reasons why, like I said, being a beginner, I stay out of waters that, you know, are too deep for me. You know, I'll try to, you know, tread that when I start to understand a lot. Now, I do understand, but I'm not going to use that language, you know, to a degree to make people think I've mastered it, because I haven't, you know, and that's the reason why another thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to get out of here. That's why you have to be careful. Look at all these YouTube content creators that have popped up out of nowhere talking about AMC and GameStop, and they've generated thousands of viewers, thousands of subscribers, and guess what? They ain't been doing nothing but saying the same thing for 3 months or four, like what, January, February, March, almost 4 months since GameStop squeezed, you know, or squoze. Okay, so, oh, the market's closed. But you know, that's all pretty much. You know, they done jumped up out of nowhere. Some of these people done accumulated 100,000 viewers and 100,000 subscribers in like 3 months. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, this has got to be BS, because, you know, where were these people at when, you know, we were just going off based on, you know, the rebranding of the store, you know, the things that they could do, you know, as far as, because they're already selling action figures and cell phones and t-shirts and stuff like that. So, it's just a lot of things, man. But I'm going to get out of here, man, because I keep going and keep talking. You know what I'm saying? But I just want y'all to be careful, man. Don't get caught up in these people that are making more money off of YouTube videos than they are in the stock market. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep going real quick. That's another thing I noticed about Chris Sain's video. His portfolio will jump an extreme amount. Like I noticed that months ago. But the plays that he was given, I never went and used them. I would just go through them and then go through like the data and go through the quarterly reports just to try to see what companies and why he was giving out those plays, right? And when those plays didn't go up, his portfolio would jump $10,000, $20,000. And I'm like, yo, the plays that you giving out, they not jumping that much. So how in the hell is your portfolio jumping $20,000, $30,000 and you telling people that you giving them the plays that you do or all the plays that you make? You know what I'm saying? And you would only make or have 2 or 3 that would hit in that month. And the other 15, 20 stocks that you told people that was going to jump didn't never go nowhere. So it was like I was trying to figure out how in the hell is portfolio jumping like that without these plays moving in extreme amount. But then when you start to take into consideration that a person could be making more off of YouTube that they could be actually putting into making off of the stock market, that would account for why the portfolio could be jumping like that. You look up in a month and it didn't jump $10,000. That person could be making $10, $20, $30,000 a month off of YouTube. So I'm just sitting over here like, yo, something's fishy. I never said anything because it's a black man and I'm a black man and so I'm not hating. I said it to myself. And the only reason why I'm doing this video is because I don't know if it was, just fate or, just by the odds. I don't know. I was looking at YouTube. I happened to see Cavell Anderson's video talking about Chris Sain was exposed. And it's odd. And it was weird because I just said something to my lady that I was like, yo, this guy be talking about plays and most of them do not go nowhere. And he never says nothing about them. And we laughed about it. And that was like 3-4 days ago. And just all of a sudden now I see these videos where it says like, he's exposed. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. So I wanted to watch one of these videos to see if they actually had some real information about him being exposed. And when they talked about the future fintech company, I was like, and I don't know how fake that play is because the truth of the matter is that I bought in future fintech when it was like 80 cents. It went up to $5. So if you caught it at 70, 80 cents and bought 1,000, or more or better, and it jumped up to $5, you did come off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm going to look into that article, thanks to Cavell Anderson about the future fintech, because I thought about jumping back in it. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Based on me having to play and selling it, months ago, and made my little profit and kept it moving. I was saying to myself, damn, it went up to $5. It could go higher based on the tech sector. You see what I'm saying? So I thought about jumping back in it. So thanks to Cavell Anderson, I'm gonna go check it out. And it's just odd that all this happened. So, you tuned in to, Hood Money Investing. Sorry for talking y'all head the hell off. I just had to see how y'all feel about the Chris Sain thing. And do you really think that, he is, the golden child or the Steph Curry? Because he does talk like that. I'm the only one doing it like this on YouTube and yada, yada, yada. But the truth of the matter is, if anybody's really paying attention, it does look like it's something, a little bit suspect going on. But that's up for you to decide. That's not hate, that's just my opinion, and that's how I feel. So once again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, to the block market. This is Hood Money Investing. Check me out on Instagram. It's Kavai_Ray Valentine. And we just going to keep on trying to help each other as beginners, man, and try to hone each other's skills and bring the best out of each other and make this money in the stock market while we can, man. Haagen-Dazs this stock while it's low, scoop it up, you know what I'm saying? And just wait, man, because if we get this correction, the economy is going to be a lot better than people think. You know, I'm telling you, you know, and that's my opinion, but I really strongly believe it, you know. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Goodbye, Ray Valentine. This is Hood Money Investing.
They out there panicking right now. I can feel it. They out there. They're panicking. Look at them.
Now, you're not naive enough to think we're living in a democracy, are you, buddy? It's the free market. And you're part of it.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
After everything we've done for you.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it. I won.
I lost. $1.
Thank you, Lewis.
After you.
Certainly.